What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very interesting video about the game Sprocket. For those of you who don't know, Sprocket is a pretty new tank designing, tank building game. It's been out for a couple years, I believe, like 2 years, but it's just now receiving a ton of work. And the reason I decided to make this now is because they just released a enormous game update a couple days ago that they just added realistic penetration and realistic armor values, as well as realistic shell sizing, and placeable ammo racks. And it got me really thinking, and I did some digging through the forums on Steam, um, and looking around, and I found the roadmap for the game and a ton of information about what's next for Sprocket. As of right now, there is a current player versus self battle mode that was added I believe a couple months ago, I want to say. Um, and that really gave me the first notion that this game is getting a multiplayer. So I'm gonna read down the roadmap that I've come across, um, and we're gonna talk about some things here. So the roadmap starts out talking about quarterly goals per year, um, which is so far going almost exactly according to plan. Per quarter goals, the developer, Hamish, his goals are to add two new scenarios or two new campaign missions per quarter of the year, as well as five new player suggested vehicle parts per quarter of the year. So far, we have received about, I believe, three new scenarios or four new scenarios this year. So we're pretty close to that two new scenarios per quarter. We might be at it. I don't remember. That's just all I could think of was the four that were added recently, um, and the new suggested vehicle parts, which is as well going pretty accurately. I remember when the spaced armor got added, when rivets got added. So far that is pretty accurate to the roadmap here. The 2022 quarter one started out with how much wanting to add pike nose hulls, rounded turrets, multiple turrets, flexible turret and hull design, as well as custom decals and camos for tanks and vehicle part descriptions. I believe this was pretty accurate. I think that the flexible hull and turret design came with pike nose. I don't know. I think multi turrets might have come late, but I'm not sure. Otherwise, that might have been on time for quarter one. Quarter two added multiple cannons, custom battles, AI scenario reworks, multi-language support, and design sharing on the Steam Workshop. I believe that was all pretty correct, and I feel like multiple cannons might have come a little bit late. Again, I'm not sure, my time frame might be off, and I believe custom battles might have come a little later. But again, I haven't didn't pick up most of my hours until about 2 months ago. Quarter three is when we got shell designer and mod support. I think Shell Designer got pushed back to quarter four, because I've been seeing Steam posts about the Shell Designer recently, not a couple months ago. That's been a recent thing. Quarter four, we got campaign features, resource management, um, and we, yeah, so Shell Designer did get pushed back to quarter four. We got placeable ammo racks in quarter four. We got the Shell Designer. We got realistic penetration. We got fixed armor design recently with that most recent update, which was something that really got me excited. Um, what's really exciting for me here is it says right now 2023 quarter one goal is small scale multiplayer. No matchmaking, but small scale multiplayer. And that is extremely exciting. I take it this means that you will be able to invite your friends from Steam to join you and use their blueprints against yours in battle, the same way that you fight your own designs in battle with the current single player open world battle scenarios. Right now you can pick what kind of weight class you want to fight in, and When you pick that weight class, you can make, let's say you pick a 50-ton weight class. You can either have five 10-ton tanks or one 50-ton tank fighting the five 10-ton tanks or one other 50-ton tank. So I take it that the multiplayer will be like that, where you both players agree to a weight class to fight in, and they pick their blueprints, which some of which will be AI controlled, others of which will be controlled by the player. Um, Here, right after that, it says in quarter 1 they wish to add quad tracks like the Object 279 and T95 heavy tank style tracks, as well as wheels for the hull. So next, about January, we might be seeing multiplayer and wheeled vehicles. This would be something that would make the game easily my most played game under all of my Steam games. This would be a huge, huge step for Sprocket as a whole. Um, I'm really excited for matchmaking because so far, or multiplayer, I mean, so far, you only have so many options that you can do. There's only so many campaigns. There's only so many of your own designs you want to fight before you get bored. But with multiplayer, it's endless. There's so many possibilities here. And that is by far the most exciting thing for me. Quarter 2 actually gets a little bit more interesting than just multiplayer in the first quarter. Here it says we get auto cannons like functioning reloaders or auto reloaders, functioning machine guns, as you can see in games like War Thunder, auto loaders, oscillating turrets, and open top turrets and open top hulls. This would add another level of detail to the game, which I think would be super interesting. There'd be a lot of um, replicating abilities. So you could make tanks from World War I, World War II with open tops. You could make French tank replicas, a lot of really interesting designs with the oscillating turrets. And quarter 3 gets somehow more interesting than quarter 2 and quarter 1. Right here it says we're going to be getting AI aircraft and anti-aircraft scenarios. That's crazy. So I take it this is probably in development now because I can't see Hamish or anybody for that matter making AI aircraft in a month right after making auto turrets, um, auto loaders, oscillating turrets, that sort of stuff. So I take it aircraft are in development now. Um, he will be adding extra game modes. He'll be adding Steam achievements. He'll be adding hydraulic suspension. There is hydraulic suspension right now, but it is a user-created mod. Um, so he'll be adding hydraulic suspension, like tanks like the STRV 103. In fact, that is mentioned explicitly here. Suspension like the STRV 103 is what he wished to add. And I think that's amazing. So what we are looking at here is a full release of the game by the end of next year. So we are looking at potentially a full multiplayer, unlimited possibilities, anti-aircraft, anti-personnel. We are looking at full mod support. We are looking at the endless possibilities that you can fight other players with, gain achievements, and then from full release, we might be seeing more things. This is going to get really speculative here. Maybe we'll see an actual multiplayer system with a ranking system. um, we might be seeing so many more things than just this. But this is huge, huge news. I think most YouTubers that started playing Sprocket have released videos about a year ago when the game was pretty bare bones. Like if we scroll back up, at the beginning of 2022 is when they were just adding, pike nose holes, rounded turrets, and maybe even multiple turrets before there was even multiple cannons, mind you. And now we're looking at multiplayer next month. So the so far, I mean, the roadmap has been going exactly according to plan. So we could be seeing multiplayer as early as January of next month. That's crazy to me. I hope this is shocking news for you guys too, because this gets me really excited about Sprocket. At the time of recording, I have about 140 hours, and that's going to skyrocket. I love this game. The developer Hamish is extremely, extremely passionate about what he does. As far as I know, he is like one of one maybe one of a couple developers working on this game. I believe it's just him right now, and he's really showing that he really cares for this game. Like this game is still in its infancy, but it's by next year it'll be a full grown game. So he's really putting his time and effort into this, and I think that is absolutely amazing. You don't get a lot of games like this. Like War Thunder, the devs have a lot of trouble listening to the community, especially when it comes to events, that sort of stuff. But here we get a developer that wants to add five player suggested vehicle parts per quarter. So this guy is really, really showing that he cares about his game. He cares about what the players think. He cares about what they want. So I think this has the potential to be the one of, if not the best, tank combat game. I don't know about ever, but at the time, this could be one of the best tank fighting games because we get a great combination of a lot of features and a dev that cares. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Um, I will be releasing a bunch more content as Sprocket as the game develops. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and stay tuned.